to show off your sports knowledge and Chicago spirit.
Let's go Bears. Can you believe that?
One lucky kid will win a chance to join me on an ABC7 Sportscast.
It's really cool.
Enter now. Details and official rules are on our news app or go to abc7chicago.com.
It's Windy City Weekend. Former Bears running back Matt Forte stops by to chat about his new book. Plus, Chicagoan and Grammy Award-winning music director Tony Russell joins us live in studio. And Jeremy Allen White portrays Bruce Springsteen in a new biopic. Richard Roper lets us know if it's a spend or save. Now, here are your hosts, Val Warner and Ryan Cheverini.
Hey, welcome to Windy City Weekend. It is Friday, October 24th. We are finally back together, Val.
We are. I had a weekend off. You had a weekend off. And in the middle of that, I missed your birthday. Or I didn't.
No, you didn't miss my birthday.
But, like, we always celebrate it together on the TV.
In fact, you know, I feel bad because, you know, on your birthday, you feel so much love, and everybody posts on social media. And like a couple days ago, you sent me a post. You were like, or sent me a message. You're like, hey, you didn't repost my birthday wishes. I'm like, I never saw your birthday wishes.
You know why? Because you're that popular.
Yeah, right.
You were so flooded with all these mentions and all these tags that you didn't see your little old sis. Little old sis wishing you a happy birthday. And I had some throwbacks in there.
You did?
Do you know how many pictures I have of you in my phone?
We have more pictures together than I have with my twin. And that I have, yes.
No, that's impossible.
No,
Seriously?
we do, because my twin and I, obviously, we have a zillion pictures growing up. Zillion, because we did everything together. But then in our adulthood, we live different lives, even though we're very close and we talk on the phone a lot. We don't have a ton of adult pictures.
You don't have the adult.
You and I have so many pictures for the last 15 years. It's crazy.
Gosh, it's been that long. But yeah, but think about it. Everything is like chapters and seasons, and then we're still creating these memories. But I know you have just been working so hard, and usually I am very, very late with my birthday gifts. Like,
you are. I think you told me from 2 years ago.
No, don't do that.
Okay, sorry.
Now you're gonna have me thinking, like, because no, I know it was late, but it wasn't that late. But this year I'm on time. Will my Vanna assistant bring out your birthday gift?
Tracy Butler.
Because I hid
Tracy Butler.
I hid it in her office. I couldn't find any stations. Thank you, Vanna. I appreciate you.
Tracy. Hi, Vanna.
She doesn't have a mic on, so don't try to touch her.
I'll talk into his chest. Happy birthday.
There you go. Oh, thank you, Tracy Butler.
Thank you, Tracy. Happy birthday.
Oh, thank you. How do we say the name of this?
Spa.
The Chuan Spa.
That's all.
Chuan Spa.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, I will definitely love this. This is a little massage to the Langham Motel. Hotel.
Oh.
Hotel, motel,
The Langham
Holiday Inn.
is far from a motel, baby. I don't know what's on your mind or what you've been doing, but this is a spa experience because I know you like to be pampered.
Yeah.
You taught me so much about beauty and pampering and taking care of yourself down through the years. Because literally, you guys, what do you get somebody who has everything? What do you get somebody who has everything?
I would love to know. Tell me when I have everything and I'll tell you.
You do? I mean, it's hard to shop for you.
Everybody says that. My dad says the same thing. But you know, the greatest gifts my dad does is the ones he makes for me. So maybe you need to start knitting something.
Oh, you want me to knit you something?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to remember that for next year because that'll save me a lot of money and time.
Yeah. But honestly, like even this year, my pops made me, he cut this thing out of wood and he had like this beautifully like just thought out phrase about me. You know, like all my
that
great.
You're the favorite son?
He goes, don't tell D. He's like, don't tell D. I didn't make him one of these. And he carved it out of wood, yeah.
You gotta be fair. Come on, Eddie.
So I'm gonna hang it up, but hopefully my brother's not watching this episode.
I'm sitting on the clip. Are you kidding me?
I hope he's not watching.
Family drama, courtesy of Val.
Yeah, but you honestly are surrounded by more Libras than anybody that I know because you got Mama Diane, you got Jabba.
Well, it really kicks off with Max. He's the September 26th Libra.
Yeah, he just makes it.
Yeah.
And then you have one today, right?
Today is my brother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Jason. His birthday's today. And then my sister's on Halloween on the 31st. That's not to include my best friend from LA, my college roommate's husband, Richard Roper, and all the other people in between that are October. We'll probably have somebody on every day in October.
Yeah. By the way, I know what I want for my birthday.
Oh.
It's very easy.
Well, I wish you would have told me before I spent all
I want you to come with me. That's what I want. Okay, on October 31st, on Halloween, which, by the way, we have a big show coming up next Friday, so you got to watch to see what we dress up as. We want you to dress up. We're going to tell you about how to join us in the audience a little bit later in the show. on October 31st, my favorite movie of all time, which is what?
Back to the Future?
Yes. Good job.
Thank you.
This is the 40-year anniversary of Back to the Future, and they're putting it back in theaters.
Okay, say less.
So I want to, because you haven't seen that movie.
I have to see Black to the Future.
Who's in that?
Eddie Murphy and Will Smith and all the other Hollywood actors.
What's the car instead of a DeLorean?
Black to the Future. Well, they go from the hood they go from the hood to like the rich white area.
Oh my God! And what's the car?
They see what a day in the life is like to be white.
Okay.
It was to be affluent, and then they go black to the hood, and then they have 40s.
They're stuck there. What's the car? What's the car that they drive? Because you know, in Back to the Future they use a DeLorean.
Oh
What
yeah.
do they use in Black to the Future?
They use a Chevy. You one of those Chevys that you go like this. You know, like you flip the switch.
Hydraulics?
Yeah, that's what they do.
Black to the Future, coming to a theater near you.
All right, listen, Ryan, no,
God.
you can come to me with this because everywhere I go in the community, people always ask me for you, the Sister Strut, everything. I want to tell everybody about this really cool event taking place this weekend. Branding Inglewood is presenting their 7th annual Fall Fest Sunday from 2 to 6 on 63rd Street. The event will focus on youth and deterring crime in Inglewood, which we all know gets a bad rap, offer carnival rides, a petting zoo, free food, live music, whole much more. It is safe and it's family friendly, and the space is awesome. You got to check it out. All the details are on our website. It really is a good event to give these kids something in the hood.
Absolutely. We've been highlighting a lot of great things in Chicago, so keep it up, Chicago.
All right, coming up, excited about this. Former Chicago Bear and friend of the show, Matt Forte, is here to tell us about his new book. Don't go anywhere.
You're thinking
Master of you live. Patients, resulting in thousands of 5-star Google reviews.
people don't understand pain unless they really live with it. And the relief that these shots have given me is unbelievable.
I've received treatment and walked out pain-free. It was quite awesome.
Stop living in pain. Appointments are filling up fast, and the call is 100% free. Call 1-800-431-3914. That's 1-800-431-3914.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is the Bears' second leading rusher in franchise history. He is also a great friend of the show, Mr. Matt Forte. What's up, Matt?
What's up, guys?
Oh, it's so good to have you here.
You look like you could still play, man.
Looks so deceiving.
You're right. You're in shape.
I'm in shape, but football shape is something totally different, especially at running back. And you guys know this, like, man, you got to be able to run very fast. And these old knees, 10 years in NFL, and, you know, I think I've been retired 8 years now.
I can't believe that.
It's going by.
I remember your rookie year. I covered you your rookie year. And I remember we drafted this kid out of Tulane, and everybody's like, God, why would they draft a kid out of Tulane? Like, he's not going to be that good.
We're getting all the names wrong. Then you go to Tulsa, or Toledo.
Yeah.
Like, no, it's Tulane. But now people know who Tulane is. So
yeah, little did we know you were going to go on to become the Bears' second all-time leading rusher behind only Walter Payton. It was an amazing career, but you have lived an amazing second career with your wife and your Forte Foundation. What's your Forte Foundation? And now you have this book, Stay in the Game. What made you want to write this book?
Man, just a memoir of my life's work so far. I'm about to turn 40 in December. But you know, people say like, why? You know, what do you have to offer as far as that? The NFL is funny. Professional sports is funny because it's a lived experience in a short amount of time that gives you a lot of wisdom and a lot of learning lessons, hard and easy as well. Because you know, growing up playing football, you start at 7, you start something so early, and then 25 years of that, and then you retire at 32. There's still a lot of life left. Yeah. And so I want to be able to, and especially in the book, is to talk about the pains as well as the good times, and also to redefine the success part. You know, people look at football or your professional career and say, man, that guy's successful, he's perfect, he's never made a mistake. But I put in there all the mistakes I've made because I want those who are coming up after me. It may not be athletes at all, but it does apply to your real life in whatever you do, because success is different.
What kind of topics specifically are in the book? Because, you know, this obviously intrigues me because the third all-time leading rusher to be is in the making.
Max Warner going to Missouri. You got to scout.
Yeah, and no, I'm going to play for the Chicago Bears. That's what he said, and I'm going with it. That's what he said. But, like, what topics are you talking about in the book specifically?
Specifically, things that everyone will encounter in life, whether it be temptation, that is always, especially if you're a professional athlete, at your fingertips, of many different things: the money, the cars, clothes, jewelry, all these things that try to distract you from what really matters in life. And I just give a eternal perspective on those things. You know, everything is temporal in this life, in this world. You're not going to leave with those things, no matter how much earthly success you have. So I want to draw attention to the significant part. People never are going to say, come to me like, Matt, man, you remember when you ran that 5-yard run and did this and did that? You remember when you caught that ball? You know, sometimes they may talk about the highlights, but essentially, most people, if you do something for them that improves their life, that's significant. They'll come and say, man, I remember when you changed this for me.
Yeah. Now, Lovie Smith, your former coach, wrote the foreword to the book. And Lovie is a spiritual guy, much like you. How much has your faith really driven you in life?
Oh, it's been the core thing, the foundation. You know, in life, there's two foundations that you can have. You can have the world, and then you can have your spiritual foundation, which is always going to last. I just talked about, you know, things that last and things that don't. And when you live for the world, it's going to disappoint you every single time. You know, people, we all have this kind of want and need to have some kind of notoriety or validation. But if you realize that you're already validated, then you can kind of bypass a lot of those pitfalls and move towards what your purpose is in life. You know, everybody does have a specific purpose in what you do. You know, you guys are the pros up here on the screen and being on TV and stuff. I had a different, you know, purpose in life. And as part of that is in diving into people's lives and young people's lives as well. So it's just, you know, you got to know when and what you are going to do and align with that.
How did you find your faith walk, like young or middle of life, or?
It was growing up. My grandfather's a pastor out of Texas. He pastored for 60 years and, you know, preached. And my dad was a preacher's kid, so had us in spiritual environments. But and I go into detail in this in the book. My faith was really immature. It was just really shallow. It was like, okay, I believe in God, and like, you know, I don't want to, you know, be a bad guy, so I'll just do good things. But it's way more complicated than that, and it's got to be better and deeper than that, deeper roots.
Yeah. Well, I love what you and Danielle are doing in the community, and I told you, I'll come out and support. I'll MC any one of your events. I love what you're doing for the Chicago community. Last quick question: are the Bears going to make the playoffs? Yes or no?
The Bears are going to make the playoffs. They're on a 4-game winning streak, and I'm hopeful that they. I got faith in them.
Got faith. All right. Make sure you pick up a copy of Matt's book, Stay in the Game, Making the Most of Every Season. Thank you so much, Matt. All right, coming up, a Chicagoan and Grammy-winning music director who's worked with huge names like Kendrick Lamar, Jay-Z, and Jamie Foxx. We'll chat with Tony Russell next.
Bell Tire, the official tire provider for ABC7 Eyewitness News. Bell Tire, we make sure buying tires doesn't feel like buying tires. That's how we're changing tires.
Pain started in my shoulder. I couldn't sleep. I had to stop golfing. I couldn't golf anymore.
QC Kinetics offers non-surgical solutions with much faster recovery times.
Watching TV, and I saw the QC Kinetics, and I said, let me find out what regenerative medicine is, and I'm back to golfing 2-3 times a week.
Plan easy. Your free Medicare coverage assessment. Networks.com.
Download the ABC7 Chicago News app.
Welcome back, everybody. Our next guest is a Chicago native and musician who has worked with some of the biggest names in music, including Jay-Z, Jamie Foxx, and Kendrick Lamar.
In fact, he's recently won an Emmy for music direction on Kendrick Lamar's big-time Super Halftime Show. Please welcome Tony Russell. Hi, Tony.
Hi,
what's up, Tony?
I can say I met somebody who was not a part, but directed that halftime show.
Yeah,
Fire.
I was the director for it, yeah.
I liked it. I mean, but obviously you got people online who are like, oh my God, it was the best ever, or oh, what was that? What was your reaction to it?
The best to me, of course.
And you got the hardware here to prove it as well.
So they can say what they want to, right?
How does a kid from the west side of Chicago get to where you got?
God. That's the only way, because he's the connect to all the channels, so there's no other way in relationships. So giving you the right relationships, the right people at the right time.
Yeah, but obviously you've been doing music for a long time. What's your musical background story?
Oh, wow. Started 12 years old and been going since then. So
did you start with the bass? Because that's your jam,
that's
right?
That was the first thing I started with, So at church, you know, with the bass. And from there, just doors, and doors, more doors.
Yeah, and probably a lot of no's along the way, too.
Oh, a bunch of no's. You
Yeah.
just take one small yes against those big no's, but a lot of no's.
Yeah. So you went to Ora High School. You're from the west side of Chicago. Then how do you go from that to, like, what was the steps and progression to where you got to work with some of the biggest names in Hollywood?
Traveling, doing gospel artists. I play with a lot of gospel artists too, and, you know, relationships, just meeting people and, you know, just staying in contact. And, well, you think you might want to do this, and, you know, just word of mouth, and it worked out.
Who's been your favorite artist to work with? Because you've worked with a lot so far.
That's so unfair.
I know. Okay, I'll give you top three then if you want it.
I'm going to be biased. Kendrick, of course.
Of course.
Jay-Z.
I was getting to that next.
Jamie Foxx even, because he's...
Jamie Foxx is so talented. I got to imagine just like sitting back and watching him work is...
Yeah,
because he does it all
amazing.
too.
Yeah, and he was coming off the Oscar for Ray when I worked with him, so it was like... That was another level.
Yeah, and we're seeing a picture of you and Kendrick here. Now, when you got, you know, the responsibility of a Super Bowl halftime show, how much pressure is that? How much sleep were you losing?
A lot, because it's you see everybody sees the 13 minutes. It takes so long to put that 13
How
minutes
long?
together. Oh my God,
Like
it can be
months?
Yeah.
And you're responsible. So when we say musical direction, and that's why you won this Emmy, it is your job to
arrange the music.
Arrange the music.
Yep.
That's your sole job,
That's my
right?
sole job, to make sure everything connects, all the transitions, everything.
Right. So
take his vision and make it work musically.
Okay, so it starts with his vision. Got it.
Yeah. How much negotiating is it if he says, "Hey, I want to do this song, this song, this song," and you say, "Well, maybe this song works better." Is it a negotiation, or is it he wants to do it?
It's a team of us, so it's the creative team. I mean, Mike Carson, he's from Chicago. He's one of the main creative directors. Dave Free is Kendrick's partner, and Charm, our choreographer. So it's the team of the creative minds, and the PG Lane team, of course. And so it's a back and forth. Let's try this, and you throw the paint on the wall and see what stick. And it starts with the song. So if he don't write the songs, we don't have none of it.
So right, and he did have a great year. When you're putting this particular Super Bowl halftime show together, what was the highlight for you?
I think just being in the moment of it, like, because I think we look so past all the other stuff. I just wanted to be in the moment of it actually happening. I think that was my highlight from when it started to we walked out the dressing room to the end, because you see us walking out and that feeling. Like, man, we really just did the Super Bowl. Like,
yeah. Were you nervous when he was performing?
I'm more excited than nervous, because, I mean, he a pro. Like, he's going to kill it. And it's just, you know, you just want to, you're a perfectionist. You just wanted to make sure the message come across, you know, the right way. And people enjoy it, or they're going to say what they want to. It's subjective. I mean, art is subjective anyway. So,
sure.
But the feeling of that rush of that moment, you can never get that feeling again. So
I mean, you didn't ask me, but I would think that they not like us, because that song was so incredibly popular last year. And then when he hit it, and then the whole stadium said A minor, like that had to have sent chills up your...
A hit is a hit. Like, what can you say?
Has this been a game changer in your life?
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
This is a whole nother level. This is my dream.
And this is your new baby right here?
My new baby. Courtesy of the team.
Well-deserved, Tony. Thanks for stopping by. Making Chicago proud, man.
Thank you.
All right. We got to take a short break. We'll be right back.
Still to come this morning, Richard Ruffle will review the latest take on a Halloween classic, Frankenstein.
Are you so embarrassed by your kitchen that you
Look at you as a
Railway.
Welcome back, everybody.
We believe in prioritizing your breast health. Schedule your annual mammogram with us and put the power of knowing in your hands.
Learn more at yourbesthealthchicago.com.
NBA under fire. One of the biggest gambling scandals in U.S. history. What will it mean to the season that's just getting underway? Watch the next Inside Edition.
Today at 3 on ABC 7.
All right, welcome back, everybody. You know, new movies are hitting theaters, and our friend and film critic Richard Roper is here to share what's worth your time and your money. We have some big titles this week, so let's get started. Hey,
Let's
Rich.
get to it. Let's do it.
Okay, so up first, Jacob Is that Elordi?
Jacob Elordi, yes.
Ooh, Jacob Elordi and Oscar Isaac star in the latest version of a classic tale. Rich, are we spending or saving on Frankenstein?
Val, this is kind of a reluctant save, but I can't fully recommend it. Guillermo del Toro, who directed this, he's got Oscars. It's beautiful to look at, but it's so corny. And we've also seen the Frankenstein story. And Jacob Elordi, people know him from Euphoria, and he's done a lot of other great stuff. But, like, you know, this Frankenstein has, like, abs of steel. You know, even with all the makeup and everything, making him look like, you know, the monster, you're still like, oh, yeah, but that's that beautiful actor from all those movies and TV shows. Maybe a little miscast and just too over. The dialogue was so corny. It's unbelievably beautiful to look at, but it's just so cheesy.
Do we need another Frankenstein movie?
This is the question. I'm going to say no. You know, I'm going to say no. I think we've got about 170 of them already.
Yeah, all right. Next up, Springsteen. Deliver Me From Nowhere is a musical biopic starring Jeremy Allen White as the boss, Bruce Springsteen. Tell us more about this one, Rich.
Yeah, this is Ben Rye. I know you in particular are going to love this because it's about a very specific period where Bruce Springsteen was recording Nebraska, this acoustic album, right before he hit it huge with Born in the USA. So, and Jeremy Allen White doesn't look like the boss, but he sounds like him. And there's a lot of that kind of making of the album and how artists, you know, kind of come up with songs, just like you were talking with Tony with, you know, that creative process. But I also like the fact that it's very transparent about the fact that Bruce Springsteen has battled depression his whole life. And, you know, this is in the early 80s where it wasn't something we talked about a lot on shows like this, and really came to grips with that, the darkness in his past, because we see he came from a pretty rough background, a lot of problems with his father. So it does that, but it's also really inspirational because of the music.
You said Jeremy Allen White sounds like him. Does he sing the parts?
He does. He sings everything. In fact, Bruce said at one point when he was listening to some of the mixes, he was like, wait a minute, this is me. And they're like, no, that's Jeremy.
No way.
Yeah, he's that good. He captures that, you know, that kind of gut.
Oscar worthy?
I think he might get a nomination. He's really strong in this.
All
Good
right.
for Jeremy.
All right.
Okay, because the Oscars like when people do the portrayals, right?
Oh, well, you know, we just talked about Jamie Foxx, you know, winning for playing Ray, and we had Rami Malek, who won for Bohemian Rhapsody. And we just saw Timothée Chalamet get nominated for playing Bob Dylan, and Renee Zellweger has played Judy Garland. That's what you got to do if you want to get the gold. You got to play that a beloved entertainer.
Yeah.
You got to review Black to the Future soon.
Oh, I can't wait.
Last but certainly not least,
I'm off that week.
Yeah, you're off. Okay. We have a conspiracy thriller comedy film starring Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons. Is Begonia worth the watch?
It is, Val. This one is crazy. Emma Stone, two-time Academy Award winner, and Jesse Plemons, who's great. So she plays like the head of this big pharma company, and Jesse Plemons is a conspiracy theorist who thinks that she's, controls everything. So they kidnap her, and it's really dark and gritty and sometimes almost ugly to look at, but then really weird and funny because he thinks she's an alien. He's convinced she's an alien. But here's the thing, about halfway through the movie, you start wondering, is the conspiracy theorist right? I'm not going to tell you, but it actually has you wondering what's going to happen. I love those movies that keep you guessing all the way to the end. So yeah, go see Begonia.
All right, thank you, Rich. By the way, I started watching the John Candy documentary. It is incredible.
Oh,
and
I know.
It's like heartfelt. Like,
right.
Yeah, it's like almost emotional watching it.
It's very emotional watching it.
Yeah.
It's great.
All right, well, hey, next Friday is Halloween, and we want to see you dress up in your best costume and come to our Windy City Weekend studio for our live show.
Some audience members will even be asked to participate in a fashion show, so we can't wait to see what costumes you come up with. And, of course, the three of us will be dressed up as well. Something you don't know yet, so tune in to see our reveal next week. Email wcwaudience@gmail.com with Halloween show in the subject line to reserve your seat. That'll be
right.
Have a great day, Betty.
It's that time of year when people are making decisions about Medicare plans. Maybe you are too.